Hey, howdy, hey, how are we doing? Are we staying warm? Are we staying inside and indoors? So today it is snowing slash hash slinging slasher. It is snowing slash sleeting outside, and as you can see, I'm all bundled up. I'm wearing my hat indoors. I'm wearing my robe, and if you haven't watched my previous videos, then you probably don't know that my house lacks a central heating system. So as a result, only 3 rooms in the house have a proper heating. My bedroom has a gas stove in the corner. My mother's room has a gas stove. The a living room has a gas stove, and currently we still have electricity. So we have 5 different electric heaters around the house doing their job. So the bathroom is cold, and the only reason you can't see your breath in there is because we have a radiator in there, so it's tolerable. But you don't want to wash your face or take a shower unless everything is piping hot. Speaking of which, we still have a running water. Now, it took my mom 2 years to learn this, but when you drip your water, you gotta drip both the hot and the cold because before she would just drip the cold, and the cold would always freeze and bust the pipe. But when you drip the hot and cold together, it stays unfrozen. Like as long as there's a movement of water through the pipe, it can't freeze, you know. So yeah, the water bill is gonna be super duper high, but hey, as long as we have water and heat and light, we'll survive, we'll live. Keep in mind, I live in a southern Arkansas, so when we do get snow, it's kind of a big deal because for like a 9 or 10 months out of the year, it's just a super hot or super warm. So cold temperatures like this, it really gets to us. Like I went to my Walmart to stock up on food, and all the canned goods were gone. Like like most of my food, it needs a microwave to be cooked. And I was like, okay, so if the power goes out, then I won't have the microwave. So I bought some stuff that just needs hot water to cook, like a ramen noodles. So I bought some of that, and as long as we still have a gas stove, then I can boil some water and have me a hot meal. I was trying to think about that. Yeah, so uh that's what's going on in my local life. And according to my supervisor, I might have work on Monday, I might not, because the snowstorm, it's going to last the entire weekend. Like yesterday it didn't do anything until like 9 or 10 p.m. at night. So today it's going to snow, tomorrow it's going to snow, and by Monday the snow should be stopped, but everything's going to still be frozen. Now, I saw they already put salt on the roads like everywhere. So if the roads are clear, then maintenance the maintenance people at the factory I work at, as as long as those people can get to the building, they can turn on the lights and the heating, and we can have work. But if they can't get in, then it's curtains for the rest of us. Okay, so movie trailers. I've been looking at a movie trailers on my breaks because I'm back at work full time and I get like 15-minute breaks. So anyway, I came across a trailer for the Mommy. Apparently they're making a Mummy four to the a Brendan Fraser series, but I don't know because Mummy 1 and Mummy 2 were iconic and good, but I don't think anybody saw the third Mummy because I sure didn't. I thought it was just a duology, and then years later, it's like, psych, it's actually a trilogy, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It's still not as good as the first two, you know. But yeah, they're making a fourth one, and the original cast are coming back, and I'm like, okay, all right. I'm not really excited. I feel like it's just a nostalgia bait, you know, because the actors, Rachel Weisz and Brendan Fraser, they're older now. They might want to do something else besides play into nostalgia, or maybe they're in it for the money too. I don't know. Anyway, I saw the trailer for a Cronin's a Mummy, and that looked visceral, and like I'm not really a fan of straight horror films. Like, I like fantasy and thriller films that have horror elements, like Sinners. I don't consider a Sinners a horror film. It's a historical drama, a thriller film with vampire elements. It's not a straight horror film. But The Mummy looks like a straight horror film, and I don't know if I'm gonna see it or not because I don't really care for straight jump scares, and the body horror looks gross. Like, if you've seen the trailer, there's like bandages being pulled off, there's skin being peeled off, there's scorpions coming out of people's mouths, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, jump scares plus wet, gory body horror. I don't know. I mean, if you're into that, sure, go and see it. But me personally, I don't know. I said that 5 times now to take a sip every time I do it. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I might see it. I might not. It depends. It depends. But I also saw the trailer for The Bride, and 3 or 4 months ago, I watched the teaser, and the teaser looked great. But now they have a proper trailer, and I'm stoked for it. Like, I know a lot of folks are like, ew, it sounds like a musical. I don't really care for that. Screw those people, okay? I love me a good musical. I love me a good dance sequence. Plus, it's about the Bride of Frankenstein. And if you don't know, the Bride of Frankenstein is kind of like not really a character. She's a prop for a Frankenstein's monster. So, like, in the original 30s film, she doesn't really have a personality. She wakes up in the last 4 minutes of the film, and that's it. So as a result, when you adapt the Bride of Frankenstein, you basically start from scratch. Like all you ha- have to go off of is that she's the bride of the monster. So, like, there is an '80s a movie with Clancy Brown, and it expands on the bride's personality and stuff. Like, she's basically a newborn baby in a woman's body, and so the main antagonist of that film, played by Sting, he's basically grooming her to be a perfect woman, and there's a bit of a scuffle at the end. I know he dies, and the bride ends up with the monster in the end after she's matured and like gained a brain of her own. And I'm like, okay, cool. She's not really his bride though. She's just a woman, a sexy yesterday. And for those of you who don't know what that is, Pop Culture Detective has a video about it, and it's a trope where the female character is sexually appealing and beautiful, but she has the mind of a child, and all the men around her are in love with how naive and innocent she is, which is really creepy because she's basically a child. Like, she's basically mind of a child, a body of an adult, and And the trope is really problematic because you're basically telling men it's okay to lust after a woman as long as Anyway, I'm really bad at explaining it, but you get the idea. Body of a woman, mind of a child, problematic grooming elements. But the New Bride, a movie by Maggie Gyllenhaal, it doesn't seem to have that problem because when the bride is resurrected, she still has a woman's mind. So I'm like, okay, good. So he's not grooming her basically. So anyway, apparently she gets murdered and she comes back and she can't remember how she died or who killed her, but she comes back and she seems to have a good relationship with the monster. And I never see that cuz like I love me a Frankenstein's monster. I just love that whole trope of like being seen as inhuman when in reality you have a deep sophisticated soul in you, I just love that trope. Anyway, according to the trailer, it looks like the monster and the bride get along great, and they do a Bonnie and Clyde thing, and there's a crime gang or something. According to the summary, they start a social revolution while being chased by the cops and stuff. And I'm like, okay, so that's gonna be cool, but I'm not really interested in that. I'm interested in how like these two strange characters act off each other, like this monster who's been alone for centuries, and this a newly resurrected woman who had her own life before she died, and now she's with this guy. And while they do get along great, there's still she might still want closure on why she died, and how she died and who killed her and why and all that stuff. That's the mystery I want solved. But yeah, the trailer looks cool, and I'm eager to see what the a doctor does because she gets revived by a doctor, and I'm like, okay, so do folks know Frankenstein's experiments are a thing and they're widely publicized? Because in the trailer, no one seems really scared of Frankenstein. Like they seem to know he's a reanimated corpse, and I'm like, okay, all right. One of the big things about the original is that Frankenstein is an unknown monster. But if folks know he's undead, then like how does that fit into the grander scope of reality? Like, if I lived in a world where it is possible to reanimate the dead and somebody did it, like, shouldn't there be like a team of a government scientists trying to recreate it for a military or money gain or something? Like, how does that work? But I'm rambling. I'm rambling. But yeah, yeah. Stay warm. Run your water. Keep your canned goods close. Bring your pets inside. Uh, what holiday is coming up? Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah.